Oh, yeah, global citizens, I'm wearing something warmer today because I'm bringing you to the Ice Age. In today's lesson, Manny is about to meet another mammoth for the very first time, which is huge because he thought he was the last one on Earth. But there's a twist. She doesn't think she's a mammoth at all. So we'll watch the confusion unfold as the two groups meet and learn tons of useful vocabulary and expressions in the process. And by the way, you should know that this lesson comes with its own vocabulary flashcards, covering all the keywords and expressions we'll be learning today. Practicing with these daily is the easiest way for you to remember these words forever. If that sounds interesting to you, just click the link in the description below to get our app and start your vocabulary practice right after the lesson. Now let's begin by watching the first clip with subtitles.
I knew it! I knew I wasn't the only one!
Me too! Everyone falls out of the tree every now and then, they just don't admit it.
Wait, what?
Some of us have a tough time holding on to branches. I mean, it's not like we're bats or something. We don't have wings to keep us up.
And you were in the tree because...
Oh, I was looking for my brothers. They are always getting into trouble.
Brothers? You mean there's more?
Sure. There's lots of us.
Where?
Everywhere?
Oh boy, somebody will have to tell her. But before that happens, let's break down the advanced vocabulary we just saw in this clip. For example, did you hear the expression Ellie used when she fell from the tree?
Me too! Everyone falls out of the tree every now and then, they just don't admit it.
Every now and then means occasionally or sometimes. Not frequently, but it happens from time to time. You might say, I don't eat fast food often, but every now and then I'll have a burger. Another common way to express the same idea is once in a while. They mean the same thing. Every now and then I call my old friend, or every once in a while I call my old friend. Now let's see about these other expressions.
Some of us have a tough time holding on to branches.
When you have a tough time doing something, it means you find it difficult. We use time like this in several ways. You can have a tough time, a hard time, a bad time with something. For example, she had a bad time adjusting to the new city. To hold on to something means to grip it tightly so you don't fall or lose it. By the way, hold on can also mean wait a moment when you say it to someone. Like if your phone rings during a conversation, you might say, hold on, let me take this call. See this other example.
Sorry, hold on. Hello?
However, in this situation, Ellie is talking about holding on to something physically, a branch.
Some of us have a tough time holding on to branches. I mean, it's not like we're bats or something. We don't have wings to keep us up.
A branch is one of the thick arms that grow out from the trunk of a tree. So she's saying possums are not like bats or something. When you add or something at the end of a statement, it means or something like that. In this case, bats or something like that that have wings. There is one special phrase I think is worth looking at to practice some advanced pronunciation. It's amazing how a single line can flow like this. Ellie is using connected speech. That is, she's cutting, reducing, and linking words together. Check it out.
Some of us have a tough time holding on to branches.
Now let's break down the entire line. First, the words some of us all get linked, resulting in the sound some of us. Next, have a also get linked, and thus we hear have a. Some of us have a. And finally, the words holding on to branches. Ellie didn't clearly say two branches. You see,
I'm holding on to branches.
When we have an N plus T, oftentimes the T is dropped, so it sounds more like no branches. Holding on to branches. If you want to speak fluently, practice makes perfect. Let's break the line into two, and you try saying it just like Ellie.
Some of us have a tough time. Some of us have a tough time holding on to branches. Holding on to branches.
And then Ellie makes Manny get hopeful to meet more mammoths by saying this.
And you were in the tree because...
Oh, I was looking for my brothers. They are always getting into trouble.
If someone is always getting into trouble, they're constantly causing problems. Like kids are always getting into trouble, breaking things, making messes, disobeying rules. Alright, so we already covered some valuable everyday expressions today. But I have to be honest with you. If you don't review this vocabulary, you might get into trouble. I mean, you'll probably forget these expressions, and just like most learners, when you have the chance to speak English in a real conversation, you'll be pausing during every sentence because you'll be looking for the right words. We've actually created the perfect solution, and that is a set of flashcards that is available for free on our app, which is a really fantastic tool for internalizing the vocabulary you learn from our lessons. The reason why this works is because we put science and the right technology behind it. Basically, the app knows the exact words you've learned from all lessons, and just when you're about to forget a particular expression, we bring it back to you for review and practice. It's that easy. And using it for just 10-15 minutes a day, wherever you are, will help you start speaking English naturally. Just click the link in the description below to try the real life app right now for free and start getting a bit more fluent every day. Now, let's find out where all these other mammoths that Ellie is talking about are.
Everywhere? Under rocks and holes in the ground? Usually we come out at night so birds don't carry us off.
Huh?
Help! Help! Help!
Well, shave me down and call me a mole rat. You found another mammoth.
Where? Wait a minute, I thought mammoths were extinct. What are you looking at me for?
I don't know. Maybe because you're a mammoth?
Okay, here things start to get really funny. Did you understand what Sid said there? Well, we'll get to it. First, let's break down Ellie's line.
Everywhere? Under rocks and holes in the ground? Usually we come out at night so birds don't carry us off.
I want to talk about this specific use of this phrasal verb, to come out. When wild animals come out, it means they emerge from hiding or leave their home to be active. Nocturnal animals, that is animals that are active at night, come out at night and hide during the day. And to carry someone off, what do you think that means if you had to guess? It means to grab someone and take them away, usually by force, against their will. Like if someone gets kidnapped, you could say they were carried off. In this case, Ellie's worried about birds grabbing possums and flying away with them.
Well, shave me down and call me a mole rat. You found another mammoth.
This is a mole rat. You can see it's mostly hairless and pretty ugly, kind of like what Sid would look like if you shaved all his fur off. But this is not a common saying, it's just one of Sid's funny, over-the-top expressions of surprise. And by the way, Ellie's reaction here is another great line we can use for practicing connected speech. Check it out.
What are you looking at me for?
Hear how she didn't say, "What are you?" but actually, "What are you?" That's another common pattern with the letter T. When it's between two vowel sounds, Americans tend to make it into a fast D sound, like da da da. That's why we call this the American T, like in the word water. And aside from this, the other pattern happening here is the dropping of the word R in phrases like "What are you?" or "Where are you?" for example. Basically, natives oftentimes just say "What are ya?" and "Where are you?" What are you doing? Where are you going? Okay, so are you ready to repeat after Ellie? Let's try it.
What are you looking at me for? What are you looking at me for?
I'm sure you know lots of animal names in English. And how about the names we're about to hear in the next scene? Let's watch it.
Me? Don't be ridiculous. I'm not a mammoth, I'm a possum.
Right, good one. I'm a newt. This is my friend the badger. And my other friend the platypus.
Why do I gotta be the platypus? Make him the platypus.
This guy giving you trouble, sis?
Sis?
That's right. These are my brothers. Possum, possum, possum.
I don't think her tree goes all the way to the top branch.
Me? Don't be ridiculous. I'm not a mammoth, I'm a possum.
This is a possum. They're known for climbing trees, coming out at night, and playing dead when threatened. And then let's see what other unique animals they mentioned.
Right, good one. I'm a newt. This is my friend the badger. And my other friend the platypus.
So Manny is making fun of Ellie here, but let's see. This is a newt. They're amphibians, which means they live in water and on land. And this is a badger. They live underground. Finally, this is a platypus, and they're one of the weirdest animals on Earth. They lay eggs, have a dog bill, a beaver tail, and spurs with poison. It's so unusual that when scientists first saw one, they thought it was a prank.
I don't think her tree goes all the way to the top branch.
Manny comes up with this funny expression to say that Ellie is not thinking clearly or is a bit nuts. The image is of a tree that doesn't reach its full height, it's incomplete. We have similar expressions in English like, the lights are on but nobody's home, or not the sharpest tool in the shed, or a few cards short of a full deck. They all mean the same thing. Someone is not quite right in the head, said in a somewhat playful way. Now, let's watch the final part of today's scene.
Manny, brink of extinction's a bad time to be picky. Hey, she should come with us.
Are you insane? No way.
Okay. Manny wants me to ask you if you'd like to escape the flood with us.
What?
I'd rather be roadkill.
That can be arranged.
Funny. Let me have a little word with my brothers.
Ellie, are you crazy? We're not going with them.
Look, we'll never make it in time if we only travel at night. These guys can protect us out in the open. What do you say?
Manny, brink of extinction's a bad time to be picky.
The brink means the edge of something, usually something dangerous or significant. When you're on the brink of something, you're right at the point where it's about to happen. See this example.
My first command cannot be to undo the All-Father's last. We're on the brink of war with Jotunheim. Our people need a sense of continuity in order to feel safe in these difficult times.
So the brink of extinction means the point right before a species completely disappears. Manny thought he was the last mammoth, so Sid is saying this is literally a life or death situation for his species. And Sid is saying this is a bad time to be picky, meaning to be selective and hard to please. Picky people have very specific standards and reject things easily, like kids who are picky eaters and only want certain foods. Or in dating, a picky person has a long list of requirements.
Okay. Manny wants me to ask you if you'd like to escape the flood with us.
What?
I'd rather be roadkill.
That can be arranged.
Roadkill is an animal that's been hit and killed by a car on the road. Eddie is being dramatic and exaggerating to make his point. This is a funny choice of expression since cars don't exist yet in the movies. But Diego isn't kidding when he says that could be arranged, meaning it could be set up or made to happen. By the way, we use arrange in normal contexts too, like I'll arrange a meeting with the client, or can you arrange transportation to the airport?
I wanted to arrange a concert in Springfield Park. We needed the school's lights and sound system.
So Ellie tries to manage the tense situation and says this.
Funny. Let me have a little word with my brothers.
To have a word with someone means to have a brief, private conversation with them, usually about something important or sensitive. Parents often say, I need to have a word with you when they want to talk about your behavior. In this case, Ellie needs to discuss the travel plans privately with her brothers.
Ellie, are you crazy? We're not going with them.
Look, we'll never make it in time if we only travel at night.
To make it means to succeed in reaching a goal or destination, or to survive a difficult situation. You can use it in more casual contexts like, will you make it to the party? When Ellie says make it in time, she means they won't reach safety before the flood if they only travel at night. In time means before it's too late, before a deadline passes. See this example.
Amaya, darling, come. You're just in time to meet my new toy.
Look, we'll never make it in time if we only travel at night. These guys can protect us out in the open. What do you say?
Out in the open means in an exposed place where you can be easily seen. It's the opposite of being concealed or undercover. Possums normally travel at night and hide during the day because they are vulnerable out in the open where predators can spot them. The phrase can also be used figuratively. Let's bring this issue out in the open and discuss it honestly. Means let's talk about it openly instead of keeping it secret.
Ow!
Why did you invite them?
Because you might be the only two mammoths left on Earth.
He has a point.
I'm sorry. When did I join this dating service?
My brothers and I would be delighted to come with you.
Oh.
When Diego says Sid has a point, he's saying Sid's opinion makes sense or is valid, even if Manny doesn't want to admit it. Or for example, if someone says we should leave early to avoid traffic and you respond, you have a point. You're agreeing their logic is sound.
My brothers and I would be delighted to come with you.
Oh.
Delighted means very pleased or happy about something. It sounds more polite than just saying happy or glad, which is why Ellie uses it here. Alright, great job with the lesson so far, but we're not done yet. Now we'll actually move on to the third most important step of the lesson, the test. This will be fundamental to consolidate everything you learned. We're going to watch the entire scene again, this time without subtitles, and I'm going to ask you some quiz questions about the vocabulary you've learned. So stay focused. Are you ready? Let's go.
I knew it! I knew I wasn't the only one!
Me too! Everyone falls out of the tree every now and then. They just don't admit it.
What does every now and then tell us about how often it happens? It happens constantly to everyone. It happens occasionally, or it only happened once in the past.
Wait, what?
Some of us have a tough time holding on to branches. I mean, it's not like we're bats or something. We don't have wings to keep us up.
And you were in the tree because...
Oh, I was looking for my brothers. They are always getting into trouble.
Brothers? You mean there's more?
Sure. There's lots of us.
Where?
Everywhere. Under rocks and holes in the ground. Usually we come out at night so birds don't carry us off.
Huh?
Help!
Well, shave me down and call me a mole rat. You found another mammoth.
Where? Wait a minute, I thought mammoths were extinct. What are you looking at me for?
I don't know. Maybe because you're a mammoth?
Me? Don't be ridiculous. I'm not a mammoth, I'm a possum.
Right, good one. I'm a newt. This is my friend the badger. And my other friend the platypus.
Which of these animals is which? Platypus, badger, newt, possum.
Why do I gotta be the platypus? Make him the platypus.
This guy giving you trouble, sis?
Sis?
That's right. These are my brothers. Possum, possum, possum.
I don't think her tree goes all the way to the top branch.
Manny, brink of extinction's a bad time to be picky.
Sid says Manny is on the brink of extinction. What is Sid emphasizing? Mammoths just became extinct? Mammoths went extinct long ago. Mammoths are almost extinct.
she should come with us.
Are you insane?
No way.
Okay. Manny wants me to ask you if you'd like to escape the flood with us.
What?
I'd rather be roadkill.
That can be arranged.
When Diego says Eddie becoming roadkill could be arranged, what is he doing? Offering to help Eddie travel safely. Making a joke about making it happen. Or suggesting they plan Eddie's route carefully.
Funny. Let me have a little word with my brothers.
Ellie, are you crazy? We're not going with them.
Look, we'll never make it in time if we only travel at night. These guys can protect us out in the open. What do you say?
Ow!
Why did you invite them?
Because you might be the only two mammoths left on Earth.
He has a point.
What does Diego mean? He has a point. Sid is being argumentative and difficult. Sid's observation makes sense. Sid is pointing at something important.
I'm sorry. When did I join this dating service?
My brothers and I would be delighted to come with you.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, amazing job, guys. Now, if you're new to this YouTube channel, you should know that every single week we make new lessons, just like this one, with celebrities, movies, TV series, to help you understand fast-speaking natives without getting lost, without missing the jokes, and without subtitles. So if that sounds like something you want to be able to do, hit the subscribe button and the bell down below so you never miss any of our new lessons. Remember to go and practice what you learned today on the Real Life English app. You'll find a special link right in the description below that'll take you straight to this lesson over there. See you next time! Today we're learning advanced English with Disney Pixar's Up, specifically the moment when Carl Fredricksen finally meets his childhood hero. Hi, I'm Xenia, your Real Life English fluency coach. So Carl and Russell have traveled all the way to South America in Carl's balloon-powered house, trying to reach Paradise Falls. After landing and having a few adventures along the way, they run into the legendary explorer, Charles Muntz.